What's going on, guys? Today we'll be going over the CG Hyoh banner and the step up banner. We'll talk about both of those real quick because not only is CG Hyoh out, but there's a step up banner with Awakened Rain and Awakened Rain 7-star. So now you're looking at one of the strongest, if not the strongest damage dealer we're going to have for a decent while. Eventually other damage dealers will come out and do a little bit more than Hyoh. Power creep, you know it, you love it. But for right now, Hyoh is going to be absolutely insane, the best around, especially if you build a team around him. And then Awakened Rain is probably the most future-proof unit you can get your hands on in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. So let's talk about the step up real quick. This is the Hyoh only step up. It's the 11k one. All right, so step one costs 500 lapis. You get Diminos, you know, it's all right. Step two, 1,000 for a 5% Moogle, that's fine. Step three gets you the 4-star guaranteed unit, that's whatever. Step four gets you 6 summons for 3,000 lapis and a 10% Moogle. And then finally, step 5 is 5,000 lapis. It's a 10+1 summon, and Hyoh has a 5 times drop rate. So this batch, or this step up, I should say, is okay, but not the greatest. It's the one you would do if you don't have enough resources to do the other one. Now, let's talk about the other one really quick. This is probably one of the best step ups we've had in a while. Not because the steps themselves are insane, but because the steps are okay, and then the final step is a guaranteed crazy unit or a guaranteed crazy unit, guys. So each step's 5k lapis. They're all 10+1 pulls. You get a 10% trust Moogle into the 4-star guaranteed unit. The random 5-star, that's pretty cool, step 3. And then step 4 is a 10% ticket. That's kind of whatever. It's not the greatest thing. But then step 5, you either get Hyoh or Awakened Rain. They both have their 7-star forms. They're both insane. Awakened Rain's a monster, as you'll see as we go over a 7-star kit. And then Hyoh is also absolutely crazy, guys. So the first unit we're gonna go over is Dimino. Her TMR is Dimino's boots, 20% HP, 15% defense, and then paralyzed and all. It's okay. She's a 3-star base, 5-star max, so she'd have to do something insane. She only does really one thing that's kind of decent. We can talk about that here. She has Wind Smash, which is wind chaining Onion Slice family. So maybe in a 10-man trial, if you really need an Onion Slice chainer, you can put her in there. But remember, she's not gonna do that much damage. She's gonna be 5-star max, not gonna have attack, not gonna have anything crazy like that. The other thing that she does have is reduce encounter rate by 25%. Outside of that, guys, that's all she's gonna really be used for. Her TMR is okay, 15% defense, 20% HP, but nothing game breaking there. Now Shatal, 4-star base, 6-star max, kind of okay. His TMR is the shield connector. It's a 76 spirit heavy shield with 24 defense. It's kind of whatever, not the greatest thing ever. I think we get a lot of better shields from trial awards, but it does have a lot of spirit, but nothing worth farming over, in my opinion. Now, Shatal here, weapon selection's alright. He's got daggers, good enough. Good. Daggers, axes, and hammers. Now, what he does, he's a single target provoke tank and a single target cover tank. Not the greatest thing, but can be used. Maybe you're rerolling or you're a new player on an account for Hyoh. You could use him as a tank. He's got guard smite, mitigates damage. Not going to be using that. Might as well just swipe down with the actual normal guard. That'll mitigate 50% damage and will stack with other damage mitigation buffs. He's got shield strike magic damage, 5 times multiplier. It's a physical attack with magic damage, so it works with dual wield, and it does the damage based off of his spirit. So that's kind of interesting that you can do that. Okay, and he's got standout, 100% chance provoke for 2 turns, and then mitigate damage by 30% for 2 turns as well. Nothing insane. Does have armor eraser. Okay, and then auxiliary Ironheart. Chance to protect 1 ally from physical or magic damage, and the chance is 100%, and then mitigate the damage that you take while covering by 75% for 3 turns, and then increase your spirit by 80%. So really good at taking single target hits. He's got like the Gladio single target cover sort of thing going on. You can do something really cool with like maybe you don't have 100% dodge or something like that. You can have someone provoke, right? Have like another tank provoke, and then use auxiliary Ironheart on your provoking tank, and then all the damage will go to your main your provoke unit, and then you'll go in and block all that damage. And the reason you want to do that is you get the 75% damage mitigation from covering your provoking unit there. But I mean, you don't really need to do that, but it is something that you can do while you're scaling up and looking for better tanks. Outside of that, nothing really insane. She does have Indomitable Heart, chance to ignore fail damage, 50% chance to not die if your HP is above 40% if you would die. Outside of that though, nothing insane. In her limit burst, the Junction Shield, mitigate damage by 42% for 3 turns to all allies, and then increase your attack, defense, magic, and spirit break resistance by 100% for 3 turns as well. It only costs 20 limit burst crystals. So usable, serviceable, not a new tank meta though, but does have some applications. Now Hyoh, you see him over there in the darkness. The TMR here, Hyoh's Clothes, one of the best TMRs in the game. 28 attack, 42 defense, clothing, so pretty much anyone can wear it. The clothing is a little bit of a downside. You can't wear materials that, require you have heavy armor or light armor on. But in addition to that, it does give you Blade Master, which is 30% attack when equipped with a greatsword. So it's got 28 flat attack, which is good with double hand and true double hand. And then it gives you 30% attack on top of that, because you'd be wearing greatswords all the time because it's so strong. All right, so let's get into his kit here. His stats are insane. 268 attack after pots, crazy. His weapon selection, crazy. Bowie knife, sword, greatsword. That's all you need. You just need the greatsword. All right, greatsword masters everywhere on this guy. His armor selection, insane. Pretty much anything that matters in the game, great. The only thing he can't really wear, I think, is robes, and we're not putting robes on this boy. All right, so dual slash is fine. Selfless state, increase your attack by 100%. Whatever. Flame Blade and Voltage Blade, though, we start getting to some unique utilities here. Flame Blade and Voltage Blade both have a 3.5 times multiplier, and Flame Blade's a 60% fire imperil, Voltage Blade's a 60% lightning imperil, and they both have Divine Ruination chaining frames. This would be quite common. You're going to see a lot of his skills all have Divine Ruination chaining frames. We have Life Severing Blade here, chance to KO, that's banned in Arena, we're not using that. Unknown Traitor, physical damage, it's a fixed attack with physical damage. A 1.8 multiplier to all enemies. Crazy there. And then removes status elements or effects. So it's a dispel. All right. This part right here, the damage, don't really matter. It's just some minor utility for him. Heat Drive's okay. You'll probably never use it. Mitigate damage with a defense and spirit buff. Ruthless Blade. Here is an interesting one. Physical damage 2 times multiplier, 6 hit skill, as well as a physical damage 1.5 multiplier, 6 hit skill to all enemies. And it has Iron Slice chaining frame. So you can use Iron Slice, Iron Knight in your 10-man or even in 5-mans if you want to bring an Iron Knight friend with you and chain with Ruthless Blade. And it's a single target and AoE. 6 of it's single, 6 of it's AoE. It won't break in between. You'll be good to go. All right. Improved stance. Cure stat breaks from the caster and enables Triple Blade for 1 turn. You won't be using this to unlock Triple Blade and then use your Triple Blade. This is literally only going to be used if you need to remove your attack, defense, magic, and spirit break. It kind of makes up for the fact that you take a turn off by letting you use 3 skills next turn instead of just 1. So don't go in there spamming improve stance, triple cast, improve stance, triple cast. Don't do that. You're losing damage that way. Now we have Servant of the Blade. Physical damage 0.5 multiplier to 1 enemy. 6 hit skill. Physical damage 1.8 multiplier with ignore 50% defense. 3.6 multiplier there to all enemies. So Servant of the Blade will build up a chain and then, kind of chain finish. It's kind of backloaded damage. This is often overstated how strong this is because it really only matters for the first attack that you do. So the first attack that you do, awesome, super insane. You're building up your chain multiplier, your chain bonus with the 0.5 multiplier, it's fine. And then you get that nice 3.6 at the end there. Super insane, super awesome. You kind of chain finish your first one. But when you're double and triple casting after that, your chain multiplier is already maxed out. So you're not chain finishing a chain 3 times. You kind of chain finish the first skill. And then the second and third skill have max multiplier anyway. It doesn't matter that it's backloaded. That being said, though, it's still insane. Divine Ruination chaining family, super awesome. W Blade, use any of the blade skills twice, or Unknown Traitor. All right. Then we have Phantom Blade, 5 turn cooldown available on turn 5. Physical damage 2.8 multiplier with ignore 50% defense, so 5.6. And then another 5.6 multiplier to all enemies. So this is basically Servant of the Blade, but better. All right. And then decrease fire and lightning resistance by 100% for 3 turns to all enemies. Still Divine Ruination chaining family. So Orlando 3.0. Here we go. Who is 2.0? I don't know. He's 2.0 in 3.0 Orlando. Way of the Void. 5 turn cooldown available on turn 1. Enables access for 2 turns. Triple Blade. Increase your attack by 200% for 3 turns. And take yourself to full HP. So this is like something you almost always will open up with unless you're trying to kill a boss really fast. If you have a team built around him, you can bring your own Hyou, you bring your Hyou, go non-elemental. On turn 1, you both Way of the Void, have someone imbue you. Turn 2, they imbue you again, and then you imperil with whatever, and then just go ham after that. And you'll be doing way too much damage. You'll do way too much damage, guys. Now, his traits, though, HP plus 30%, and then some more HP and MP, auto refresh. Attack plus 30, 50% attack with the Greatsword, so 80% attack already. Merciless Blade, his TMR. If you equip his super good body piece, that 30% attack with the Greatsword, 28 raw, you get 100% true double hand, and you have a chance to counter physical and magical attacks with Merciless Blade, which will unlock triple cast for 1 turn. Now, he's not built around you know, getting hit and unlocking that, but it's something that'll happen every once in a while. It'll up your damage if you're lucky enough to, you know, some random AoE that you don't have covered hits him, doesn't kill him. Do a little bit more damage next turn. Now the Delta Star increases the modifier of Ruthless Blade by 0.5. So Ruthless Blade will go back up here. Was the Iron Slice one? Not the greatest ever. It was a 3.5, so it goes up to a 4. But the super awesome one is Unrivaled Talent. Increases the modifier by 0.5 to Servant of the Blade, and you get 30% more attack if you're equipped with a greatsword. Definitely want to equip some greatswords in this guy, whether it's single-handed single-handed elemental or two-handed non-elemental. Revolving Saw, Lionheart, Cloud Super Team Armor when it comes out. That's going to be the greatest thing ever. You're going to want to avoid his Super Team Armor on Hyou. It's not that great. It's a one-handed non-elemental greatsword, so you're really just getting the attack. You're not getting the weapon variants. Even something like Revolving Saw would be better than Ultimate Weapon. Or what is this thing called, guys? It is Ultimate Weapon. Cloud's Ultimate Weapon's the real Ultimate Weapon, not Hyou's. Okay, but this 0.5 multiply here to Servant of the Blade is awesome because Servant of the Blade ignores 50% defense. So if it goes on this back part here, it actually turns this 1.8 into a 2.3 ignore 50%, which makes it a 4.6 modifier. I think that's how that works. I don't think it goes on this opening one here, and I don't think it goes on both. I don't think it makes it a 1 in a 4.6. I think it's just a 0.5 and a 4.6, but that's still absolutely insane. Unrivaled Talent, double dipping with that ignore 50% defense. Merciless Blade here enables triple cast with triple blade. Boom, easy. He does get Faraja, not using that, and then we have Extreme Nova. Extreme Nova, it's kind of similar to Shining Nova. Interesting. All right, physical damage 19 times multiplier to all enemies, 30 hit, 30 limit burst crystals. Max it out, yes. Yeah, it's part of his core rotation. You get the 200% attack buff, you chains a bit, you get imbued, and then you Extreme Nova, and then you get to use this Big Daddy skill right here, Phantom Blade, and then you start the process all over again. That's going to be his main rotation. If you have a team built around him, we're going to have an advanced unit guide for Hyou, obviously, and tell you guys how to build him minimally with little gear, build him with whatever gear you want, and then build him the best way possible with a team in mind to maximize his potential. Because building a team around Hyou with 1 or 2 different units that are easy to get, you can increase your Hyou's damage by like 30-40% per Hyou with a team built around him. That's what you want to be doing to maximize him. Now, we're going to cover Awakened Rain a little bit here as well. Okay, his Team Art's the Protector of Lapis, 20% HP, 40% Spirit, 2 limit burst crystals per turn. Awesome. His Super Team Art is the Knight's Metal. It's often overlooked. It's 30 attack, defense, magic, and spirit, and then it gives you 30% resistance to all elements. Now, that sounds kind of underwhelming. That's because it is. On paper, it's underwhelming, but it's an accessory, okay? And a lot of fights going forward, we'll see eventually, you want to have 1, 2, 3 different elements all, 100% resistant to. That for your magic tank, right? You want to have 100% fire, 100% ice, 100% lightning, or something like that. This really helps you hit there. So if you hit 4 Awakened Rain eventually, get the Knight's Middle, you use it every once in a while, it's going to be really good for you. In those circumstances, it's going to be absolutely insane for you to have all of those resistances maxed out. Now, his stats, as you can see, are absolutely insane. 5.5 KHP after pots, all right, and then 280 spirit after pots. Okay, his stats are insane. Weapon selection, really going to put greatsword on him with his Crimson Blade, but you can have normal swords and daggers as well, maybe even spears and hammers. Armors, anything but robes, you're good to go. All right, throw those bad boys on there. Now, Crimson Saber, going to be the best thing for him in 99% of the circumstances because it gives him 30% HP and MP, and if you had it thrown in Item World, you can get another 40-something. So Crimson Saber can put like 70-something HP on your Awakened Rain for you by itself. Always think about that. We'll touch on the 6-star kit real quick in case you're a newer player and you want to know how good is Awakened Rain going to be as a 6-star. He's still going to be fantastic. Gets everything that you need him to get. He has Energy Wall, which is the main thing to do an AoE magic cover tank. Complete Focus right there, 200% Spirit for yourself. Magical Distraction, 60% Magic Break. He does have Rising Ray, which is a physical attack with magic damage based off of your Spirit. It doesn't really chain very well with anyone though. Complete Awakening costs his entire limit burst gauge, 36 crystals. and it gives him 200% attack, defense, magic, and spirit for 3 turns, mitigates damage taken for 3 turns, and then gives him a nice HP and MP heal over time. All right, outside of that, he has this really cool spectral field, which mitigates damage for him and then allows him to counterattack, fill up some LB crystals. And then he also has 100% provoke with 30% damage mitigation. If you have the gear for Awakened Rain later on down the road, if you don't need to max out your HP or spirit, you have a lot of stuff, maybe you have a super team arm, you can make him fulfill both the role of like 100% dodge, physical provoke tank, and your AoE magic cover tank at the same time. Make yourself elemental resistant, get that 100% provoke in there, do 2 things with 1 unit. Nuts. Absolutely crazy. As far as his 7-star goes, he gets new Rising Ray skills. He gets Soul Prominence and Earth Explosion, same thing as Rising Ray here, but they are fire and earth based, and they are 7 hits. All right, I don't think they're Divine Ruination chaining frames, but they're 7-hit skills instead of 10, so maybe you can weave them into something a little bit better without it breaking a chain. The multiplier is still only 3.6, but they do get buffed up with one of his abilities later on down the road. Now, we get Purification, which is an absolute crazy cooldown skill. Available on turn 1, 3-turn cooldown, increase resistance to all status elements by 100%, and stop by 100% for 3 turns to all allies. It has a 3-turn cooldown, and it lasts 3 turns. You know what that means. As long as your characters aren't dying, this is Clear Veil over and over and over. Super good there. Then Astral Guard is something that makes 7-star Awakened Rain so strong. You guys with 7-star Wilhelm will kind of know this skill. This is 4-turn cooldown, available on turn 1. Mitigate magic damage taken by 90% for 1 turn to the caster. So anytime some big phase transition's about to rear its ugly head and blow your Awakened Rain away, you just Astral Guard, just rub it up. Just was that all you got? Is that all you got? My HP bar didn't move. He also gets Scarlet Healing. Costs 20 Limit Burst Crystals, a little bit of utility. Gives MP 50 to all allies, including yourself, and 5,000 HP. So a little supplementary healing. You might say 20 Limit Burst Crystals is a lot. You're right. You're also kind of wrong, all right? We'll get into that real quick here as we go down here. Now, do keep in mind that he does have all these crazy defense spirit HP passives. 30% defense spirit here, 50% HP and MP, 30% all stats. Okay, that's crazy there. A 20% defense spirit when equipped with a shield of some sort. 100% limit burst fill rate that helps you get that 20. Esper stat bonuses by 10% there as well. All right. Blazing Physique. Earth and fire resistance, transformational power, chance to counter a magic attacks, 80% chance with transformational power. This is an old skill, but it gives you 7 limit burst crystals per turn. It's gonna help you hit that 20 to go ahead and use Scarlet Healing. You know, armor expertise, 30% more defense spirit. Defender of Hope, this is a good one. Requires his TMR, which is insanely strong on him anyway. Cast Defender of Hope at the start of the battle. Increase the Esper bonus stats by 20%, so you get 20% more stats from your Esper. And then chance to counter physical attacks, 80% chance with Defender of Hope once per turn. Another 20% H or Spirit here. And then Intensifying Power, you can get 30% more fire and earth resistance. And then a 1.4 times modifier to Earth Explosion, Rising Ray, and Soul Prominence. It's going to bump those up to 5 times multiplier. So nothing insane, but this is a tank and they are based off Spirit, so that's good there. And then another 2 Limit Burst Crystals per turn. So if you have his TMR on, that's 2. Intensifying Powers, another 2. Transformational Power, 80% chance a turn for 7. Okay, that's 11 already per turn. You have High Tide to get some. And then, now last but not least, Defender of Hope is a counter that increases your limit burst gauge by another 7. He has 2 of these counters that could be cast once a turn. Defender of Hope's locked to physical attacks, but like we said before, you can still be your 100% provoke tank if you want him to, or if you're AoE covering and some random AoE physical attacks are coming out. Well, you already have an AoE magic cover tank, so no one's AoE covering your physical attacks. Probably have your team comp based around that. You won't die from the couple AoE physical attacks going out. You're going to get hit. You're going to counter anyway, so you can get up to 14 limit burst gauge crystals per turn just from your counters. Super insane there, guys. Last but not least, he does have Raise, and then his limit burst gets a massive buff. At 6-star, it was a 12.4 times multiplier with Spirit scaling to all enemies. At 7-star, if it's maxed out, it is a 26 times multiplier with Spirit scaling to all enemies, and it costs 40 limit burst crystals this time. You can kind of chain this with Hyou a little bit, Hyou's limit burst, but it doesn't really chain super well because Hyou's 30 hits and this one's 24. But hey, what are you going to do? But if you're in a 10-man or your Hyohs are both chaining, you can go ahead and throw blood linkage in there for another 26 times multipliers worth of damage. And that 40 is very expensive, but you'll get it up in a couple of turns. You have High Tide. You get 7 to 14 per enemy turn because of the counters. You get up to 6 per turn from your limit burst gauge fill rate stuff. So Awakened Rain is absolutely insane. He is, in my opinion, the better of the 2 units on the banner. That's how strong he is and will continue to be in FFB. Not to say that Hyoh's a slouch. So what should you pull on? Should you pull on this banner? If you want Awakened Rain and if you want Hyoh, definitely go ahead and do the 5K per step up the 25K one total. I'll maybe throw some tickets at it, you know, see what you get. And then don't go super all in, because remember, these units are going to be unit of choiceable. So if you've been holding out with your unit of choice ticket, you know, you have to wait like a couple of weeks from now, but you'll be able to pick up whatever one you missed. You know, maybe go 25K in the lap, maybe see if you get Rain or Hyou. All right. Did you get one or the other? Are they both your first ones? Right? Unit of choice, the second copy of Rain, and have 7-star Awakened Rain and just go through and plow every fight. If you got Hyou, 7-star another copy of Hyou, go all the way in. Got one of each? Oh no, you have to make a choice now. Maybe do another lap. I don't know. But definitely, I think you should think about pulling on the banner. The step up is very nice. It's got 2 of the best units ever. Hyou will eventually get power crept like every other physical damage dealer in the game, but Hyou's so strong that he will change how units are designed going forward. So keep that in mind. Every other unit that comes out after Hyou that's good is basically every other physical damage dealer that comes out after Hyou, I should say. It's just Hyou with like higher numbers and maybe like a self-imbue, but that's about it. Definitely, I think this banner is going to be awesome. We'll be live tonight on Twitch. If you want to come hang out with us, 7 p.m. EST, I'll see you guys there. If you want to see previous content, playlist section, future content, hit that sub button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.